What's up, everybody? SuperX fan here for another weekly update. So, what's new with the Mustang? Well, I actually, for Christmas, my parents got me some WeatherTech floor mats, which I'm very excited about because that's one thing with the EcoBoost that's actually still for sale. And you can see this if you go and look at the listing at Ford of Uniontown. They still have my EcoBoost for sale. But the floor mats got all crappy with the salt whenever I was driving through the winter. And so the edges of the floor mats were like white in that car. And I didn't want that to happen again with the GT. And so I asked for some WeatherTech floor mats here for Christmas because they are just really great. They didn't really make too many actual normal rubber winter mats for the Mustang because I had rubber mats in the Legacy, and I think I had them in the BRZ as well. But the WeatherTech ones always seem to be the best. I always see advertisements for them and stuff. So I decided to ask for those, and I got some here. I just did it for the front because I don't really have people sitting in the back too often. And they work great so far. They fit perfectly, and I really am enjoying them, and I think they're really going to help save the carpets here. So I'm really happy to have those. Otherwise, though, nothing else new to report. The taillight issue did not come back. They've still been working fine with the turn signals and stuff. So if you're not sure what I'm talking about there, you can go back and watch last week's weekly update where the one part of the turn signal wasn't working after an oil change for some reason, and but all is good still. So happy to report that. Otherwise, though, the car is like 17 miles away from 5,000, so basically 5,000 miles on it now. Still loving every minute of it. It's just, I love, even just the other day, all I did was just, I hopped in the garage, fired it up as I was getting ready to go, but just starting this thing still just makes me giddy. Just hearing the roar of that V8, come to life. It's just, I really love this car so much. It's really amazing, and I hope to keep it for a long time, unless there's a bullet edition that comes out. Otherwise, this thing, I plan on keeping it for a very long time. I love this thing. So, but otherwise, though, there's really nothing else new to report from Mustang. Speaking about, possible bullet edition or some other future Mustangs, I will be going, I can officially confirm now because I have my media credentials in hand. I will be going to the Detroit Auto Show like I do every year here, and that's going to be starting in about a week and a half here. January 9th is the first day. Ford has a press conference at 9 a.m., and if you follow me on social media, then you'll be, up to date on all the stuff that's going on there with that, as far as all the debuts and stuff. I'll also be, of course, uploading YouTube videos and tours of some of these vehicles and all that kind of stuff, and the reveals and all that. But should be very exciting because they're expecting, there's a little wheel spin here. Oh, I love this thing. But anyway, they're expecting there to be, the 2018 Mustangs revealed, as well as possibly having the reveal of the 2018 F-150s, most likely. And they could also be doing the Expedition as well. They're going to be showing off some new driverless Ford Fusions. And who knows, there may be a new Ranger unveiled there as well. That's not totally sure yet, but these are all the rumors and rumblings we've been hearing, and it should be very exciting just from Ford alone, and also, from all the other manufacturers. So definitely stay tuned on social media. All of my social media links are always in the description of every video, so you can always, follow along with me through social media a whole lot better. I'll be probably Snapchatting, all that kind of stuff too. I know I don't Snapchat a ton, but I definitely plan to do some more of that, live stuff on Instagram. Man, this thing is really slipping and sliding today here in this back end. This is fun. Also, I apologize. I still have a little bit of a cold thing going on here. But yeah, so as far as news, this is where I normally would send it back to me at the news desk, but there's so few news stories because we're in between holidays here that there isn't really a whole lot newsworthy. So I'm just going to spit out the few here that are just off the top of my head that we got in this past week and just talk about them here in the car with you guys. So the first thing is a new story from Motoring, which is an Australian magazine, and they always get a lot of really good scoops on Subaru stuff, and they were talking with some Subaru people that work within the company about the new WRX, and basically the consensus of the story is that there is no new WRX coming for a few years. There's going to be a refresh for the 2018 model year, I believe, or they just said 2018. I'm assuming 2018 model year here, so next year, there'll be a refresh of the WRX, and that will tide it over for about another 2 years, and then in 2020 is when a new WRX, a totally new WRX is coming. And this shouldn't be too much of a surprise to anyone because this is the way Subaru does it. They're very behind behind when it comes to updating their models. Because for example, the new Impreza, is a 2017 model, but the previous Impreza was a 2011. We didn't get the all new WRX based on that 2011 Impreza until 2015. So there's about a 4-year delay there. So keeping in line with that, if we're talking about a 2017 model year Impreza is the debut, the all new one just started hitting showrooms here recently, then that would mean wait 4 more years from now for an all new WRX, which is unfortunate, but that is the reality of it here. So, in the meantime, hopefully we'll get a refresh here that'll keep it a little bit fresher. But unfortunately, there's going to be a good amount of waiting before a new WRX. So that's a little unfortunate to hear. Some other competitor news is that Volkswagen just revealed a refresh. Well, they didn't officially reveal it. It leaked out. Hopefully there'll be an official reveal in a week or two. But it leaked out 2 pictures of the new Golf R, which is very similar to all the official pictures of the new Golf that we've already seen. But it also leaked out what is supposed to be the new horsepower output for the Golf R, which is 310 horsepower, which is a very healthy amount of horsepower there. A nice little bump over the 292 that it had before. And so we'll just have to wait and see if all that actually is officially confirmed, because again, this is still just something that kind of leaked, not totally official, but very exciting if true. Another thing that's good and bad news, but mostly good news, is Lamborghini this past week. There's a report that Autocar actually did where they learned that Lamborghini is planning on the Urus SUV. We already know it was confirmed to have a twin-turbo V8 engine, and that's still the plan, but they said that it's going to be a plug-in hybrid powertrain option for the Urus, which, is very controversial. But the good news, the upside to this whole thing, as we do another little acceleration for you guys here. But the upside to this Urus hybrid thing is that they said that although the Urus SUV will be a plug-in hybrid twin turbo V8, that is the only car that's going to be like that. That's the only SUV that's going to be like that in their range. They're saying that all their supercars are going to remain naturally aspirated, no turbos, no superchargers, no hybrid systems, which is a marked difference from Ferrari, who's saying by 2019 everything's going to be hybrid and everything's already going towards turbochargers for the most part. So a very stark difference is emerging here between the two supercar, kingpins, I guess you could say. And so it'll be very interesting to see if Ferrari backs down or, what happens with all of that stuff. But very interesting to hear that. Some other interesting news this past week is that apparently there's a dealer service type thing, and a part popped up on the GM site for that, and it was quickly taken down, but someone grabbed a screenshot of it before it was taken down, and it shows a new engine, an LT5 codenamed engine, or that's what the engine's called, is the LT5. We know the current Corvette has an LT4. The LT5, according to these documents, they're saying it's going to be dual overhead cams, so it's going to get rid of the push rod setup, but it's kind of strange because it was in the Corvette system, but it wasn't listed as an option for the Corvette as a normal engine. So what all the magazines and stuff are thinking is that this could actually end up being the engine that goes in the mid-engine Corvette, but it's listed as a 2018 model year thing. So we could be getting a surprise here in Detroit with a mid-engine Corvette being unveiled, something like that. Again, this is still very, very unsure, but that's kind of the current thinking as far as the rumor mill goes with that whole thing. So we'll just have to wait and see what happens and if they actually unveil it here. We only have like I said, a week and a half or less here before we find out, because Chevrolet's press conference in Detroit is also January 9th, so that'll be when we find out, yay or nay on that whole thing. But it should be very exciting because a dual overhead cam V8, it's 6.2 liters as well, similar to the LT4, and so it would be designed probably for higher revs and all that kind of stuff. It'd be more of a high-strung motor than the torquey pushrod V8 engine that the Corvette currently uses. So who knows? Maybe it won't go in a Corvette. Maybe it'll go in a new Camaro that'll fight the Shelby GT350, something like that. Anything's still on the table, really, but just kind of interesting to hear that. And the last story this week, like I said, not too many to go over here. The last one is Elon Musk is really, I really seem to like the guy. Even though I've never met him, I feel like I would really get along with him. He's so straightforward and upfront with his answers. Usually, all of these companies have PR representatives that, have canned responses for many things and stuff. And that's part of the business. That's to be expected. Nothing against PR people or anything like that. But Elon Musk just cuts to the chase. Someone just tweeted at him and said, is there ever going to be another Tesla Roadster? Because that was the first car that Tesla made that got them started. You know, the Lotus Elise based, Tesla Roadster, just a Lotus Elise chassis with a bunch of Tesla, electric batteries, and it was quite the performance thing and very pioneering, 10 years ago whenever it debuted. And so in response to this, random guy on Twitter, Elon Musk, was like, yes, but some years away. So he says, yes, there will be another new Roadster at some point in the future, but it's a ways off. So, interpret that how you may. Everyone can take that differently. But it sounds like they're still going to be doing some kind of performance car. They're not just focused on, vans and SUVs and trucks and, boring passenger cars or anything like that. They're going to keep, it seems like they're going to keep with the exciting stuff. They still have the very fast Model S and Model X, and performance is part of those vehicles, specs, I guess you could say. And so I think it sounds like, if they're going to have another Roadster, then they're not losing sight of what makes Tesla Tesla, and that is that they're very fast and exciting, even though they are futuristic. And even if electric cars are the future, it doesn't mean that they're ever going to become boring. And there'll still be fun things like Roadsters that aren't practical, that don't make a whole lot of sense, but are still something that Tesla, it sounds like they very much want to do still. So that's it, and that's it for all the updates on the Mustang. So yeah, thank you guys very much for watching. I hope you have a very safe and happy new year. Wish you all the best in 2017. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the year in review video. Lots of good stuff coming next year. And so yeah, once again, thank you for all of your support here this past year, and for all the great comments and discussion here about future cars and the weekly updates is very much appreciated. So thank you guys very much for watching. I'll see you next time. Take care.